Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Music all day, every day.
Nuts.
Good work.
Yeah. I know I'm playing out as much as I can. Saving up now.
You'll be here the whole thing.
Yeah. They cost me at least $5 grand.
To see them, to see them play. Not the place to all that fun stuff.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Nyack Village Theater. My name's Jake. I'm going to be hosting you tonight. I'm going to introduce you. Hi! Woo! I'm going to be introducing you to a whole bunch of fantastic young artists doing various musical acts and poetry, which we're going to start with tonight. This is the wonderful Selena Grasso, accompanied by Matthew J. Downey on piano. That she's going to be reading a few pieces for you. So please, enjoy your evening.
He put me on first because he didn't introduce me last night. I had to do it myself. He just feels bad. The first poem I'm going to read on the 8th of August called She. Have you ever seen a more beautiful woman in your life? So many have asked themselves, when they look at a woman, have you ever seen a more beautiful woman? I have never asked this question, for I know she is the most beautiful woman in the world. I saw her first, her long thin frame, and she was there. She was calling out to me. Each cell was vibrating in a massive excitement and pure bliss. I walked up to her, and from far away I found that no matter what was happening around us, it was just her and I ran my fingers tentatively over her smooth surface, and I was in love. I was nervous about being with her, inside of her. It was so personal. At first I wanted some time to know her, to feel, but no, it was all rushed, and she was calling me, begging me to crawl in her arms. I did. She was calling out and begging, and it wouldn't stop. I couldn't stop. An inevitable moment in life. She wasn't coy, she was bold and beautiful in her movements. She allowed me to take control of her, to make her a master. I've never met a woman to be so bold and so submissive to me, all at once. A man held fast to her, clinging to her like a small child. I smiled up to him. I knew he wanted her, but there was a need that she needed to fill, and he would never meet those needs, those wants, those desires. Oh, she started and moaned out many, all of those twists and turns that make up her internal body. The man who wanted her watched our union and knew that in one beautiful moment when she started, I knew she would be mine, and I hers, and he stood no chance. It was his lack of charm with her, his lack of money, his lack of caring, and the karma that he has with women would have spirit. He would have run her into the ground, he would have killed her, and he would have left her like all the hulls of his women past and present. She's far too beautiful and charming to just be left to sit and rot, as submissive as she is to just him. Her body and her spirit have submitted to me, but her body and her will are mine, and I love her for giving those gifts to me. But her spirit and her soul are still hers to have, and I will never take that away from her. She is mine to caress and cherish. I have given her all that I could, and every need that she has ever had I have fulfilled in some form or another. She accepts these offerings, and yet she still loves me, and I have given her all that I can, and she still loves me for all that I am. She loves, I love, we love. And that's the end of that piece. And a really short story about that poem, it's about my car, actually. And I hear some people laughing, which means that they know that it was about my car previous. And if she were... It makes more sense now that it's about her car. It's a lot less tension involved knowing that, oh, it's a car, okay. That's fine. If she were a woman, I'd leave Jake for her. He knows it's okay. No one could ever call me a liar, it's fine.
At least you have that.
I do, it's very true. But the likelihood of her turning into a woman is really slim to none, so. You genies.
I lean towards no.
This is a poem I wrote today called Skeletons. Good morning, or is it I could never tell except when I am out on the street, and even then it was only possible to tell by the number of drunks that were out on the street. My love, what can I tell you about the morning after or the morning before? What can I tell you about all those skeletons that are out and about in the closet? I came across them when you were out and at work on all those late night meetings, but I knew you were never out. His work never smelled like cheap wine and gross perfumes. I can only tell you each of the skeletons that I dug up underneath the floor. What scares me about the skeletons are their eyes, and how they are all still as fresh and new as the day you killed them. I called the police and told them about the skull in the closet, but they didn't believe me. So instead they told me to do some heroin, and in disbelief, an officer of the law in an old, out-of-date police uniform from the 30s came over and handed me a package, and he tipped his hat and left me, the bodies scattered all over the floor, still wrapped up in their new painted plastic, and I am shaking. What do I do now? The police know about the bodies. I know about the bodies. I'm scared and alone with all of these people I've never met, and then I think to open the package the cop handed me and left. Maybe it's a gun to protect myself for when he comes home. I go into the kitchen and find myself being watched by those horrible eyes. Oh Lord, what can I do to escape this nightmare that this man has brought home? My God, I am a mess and no one is here to help me. I undo the ribbon of the box and inside 2 antique needles with a note telling me cheers. I take the liquid inside the syringes and leave them on the table. My God, I scream, they drugged me. They drugged me and no one will ever believe me about any of this. My head pounds with disbelief as all of this is happening. At least the drugs make it easier to with their long dead eyes. The living man, this entity, moves into the house and he looks at me, and there you have it, the body's on the floor, and in the end we just look at each other. I am left in wonder of your mood as you walk away and lock the door behind you. That was the last time I saw you. Now what do I do? With them, all of them looking blankly up at me, dead. Now, for the next 2 pieces that I'm going to do, I actually need to change my outfit. Because it just happened.
Matt, that was amazing on keyboard. I felt like I was in Zombies Ate My Neighbor.
Now you're off. What's really great about having Matt play keyboard behind me is that he doesn't know what I'm reading. I don't tell him anything. I'm just like, I'm reading pieces and play whatever you want. So he deserves a lot of credit for that, because I know I'm crazy. The next poem I'm going to read is called Can I Help You? I could start off saying that I love you, or that I lust after you to the point of no return. I could tell you a million different little lies to make you feel better about yourself, or I could tell you a million little lies about me to make me seem more interesting. But no, I won't. Because, you know what? I, she, he, it, the dog will never be interesting. It will always just come down to you and I, and in the end, you will leave me for the leggy blonde who lives 2 doors down from me and doesn't drink gin or smoke cigarettes like I do.
She is pure and I am not. I can tell you a million pinpoint interests about the way the sun rises and sets each day in one hemisphere or another, but in the end, none of that really mattered, now does it? I'm living in a sea of typos and deadlines trying to make all of this work, trying not only to entertain you, but also myself. I'm not looking for the consultant, but what I'm looking for is an editor, someone to keep me in the lines, someone to keep me focused, someone to make me into the leggy blonde down the hall, someone to make me into, I don't know, what is said and done to someone who is everywhere and nowhere, someone to hold me down, to get rid of all those rough patches that I am. And I am left holding the reins to an imaginary relationship that, quite frankly, you and I have both built out of nothing. Oh, once more, the sheepish feelings of regrets and quilted patterns off the bounty paper towel roll. Quite frankly, my darling, I'm just too educated for you, so I give you the leggy blonde and I give you the world. She can have the paper towel holders and my juicer. I want the blender. It makes the best margaritas south of Massachusetts. My editor called. He's being shipped all the way from Buffalo, and my consultant, who I didn't need, is coming from some French beach, and he only speaks French. I suppose I'll take him as a lover. What else do I need him for? You can keep the goldfish, give me the lionfish and the keys to Caprice. You can keep the dog that shits on the floor and the cat that sleeps in its own urine. I will take the dog that reminds me of a painted foal, and when drunk enough, oh, don't look shocked, I told you I was taking the blender. In this great divorce, you can have the office desk and the phone. I want your old roll-top desk, you know, the one that you said was your great-grandmother's. Well, you know what, I want it, and once more, I gave you the juicer. We all make our sacrifices, and we all make the bed that we are meant to lie in. Oh, once more, darling, you can keep the couples counseling service. You will need it with the blonde. I don't think she's wrapped too tightly, but you know what? You always like them a little crazy. So I will take the stage and the leather jacket that, you know, the one that you love so much, and I will pack up my egg-shaped trailer, and I will roam the countryside with my Buffalo editor and my French consultant. Did I get that wrong? Hey, are you even listening to me, or is the memory of us too painful? But do we have the moment all right, with the lies and the old broken bottles that none of us remember how they got here? Maybe it's the old saying, 2 peas in a pod kill each other. Did I get that wrong? I heard your mother tell that to your father, but you know what? I heard the lies, or maybe I constructed them. Once upon a time I could have loved you, but you and I once knew that we were rational, but you knew what, none of us are rational, none of us are stable, and you so more than me. That reminds me, you can keep all the eggs and the meat. I want the cheese and the loaf of ripe bread and the mustard. I will leave you now, our awkward divorce complete. Oh, this old dress. This dress that I am wearing and I had designed. No, I didn't design the dress, I designed this for the moment. This is to be my wedding dress to you. Hope you like it. It was designed for us. Not anymore, now it's a party dress. Cheers, love. You listen to me now. With the cat and the dog and the shit on the floor and the cat and the urine, what do you want? I have the blender, you have the juicer. This is our awkward divorce. And that's the end of that piece. This is another one I wrote. I wrote this one today, actually, and it's called Jellyfish. I have to tell you about the time I smoked your last pack of cigarettes, and about the time I drank all of your vermouth. But no, I won't tell you a blessed thing about any of that, oh darling, my desire and my passion. What, too soon? Do you need some time to think about my proposal? Of course, we just met and all, and I would like to tell you about the dog, the cat, the birds, and the bees, but first to toast about the seasons of love, or lust, or everything in between. Oh, good afternoon. You are awake, and I'm in heat. Let's drink a toast. No, I said to drink a toast because let's pretend that it's 1950 and that you and I are married. You mean we're not? Well, I never said we were. Oh, never mind. My wit is just too good for you, and your literal sense of humor just goes out the window. Did you say something? You seem to be speaking at me while I'm speaking, and I'm more than capable of drowning out your voice than you are of mine. God, you are a miserable sod. You have no imagination. Where is the adventure in sitting home pretending we are married when there is a whole world we could fool? I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't I speaking just now about the advantages of something to keep you... Stop interrupting me for no real reasons, and once upon a time you were a real boy, not this weird cupcake individual you turned into. Let's have cupcakes at our wedding. It would be adorable, and like me, when you remove the foil, they become naked. Isn't that exciting? Or do you just want to do the white layer wedding cake? I won't eat it if you do that. I'll just sleep with the best man and invite the maid of honor for a threesome. If she rejects, I'll ask her to film it. Oh, don't look shocked. It's my proposal to you, not your proposal to me. If it were that way, I would go along complacent and childlike, but no, darling. You take way too long in taking and jumping off a bridge. And all I have to tell you about the time when we had those storms, you organized a neighborhood watch and I stole garden gnomes. You act shocked, and yet there is an appalling sort of light you look turned on. Oh well, what can I say or do? Good morning, love. Coffee, chaser of Jack Daniels. Don't look confused. It's Gentleman's Jack, only the best for our pretend little married world. Good morning, keep in touch with your inner doctor. Let's remove the spine next time we make love. That way we can become closer and closer to jellyfish. We can play in the ocean, sans our spines, and we can be in time and space. When we drown, we can wash up on shore, and and in the end we can make wonderful headlines in the Long Island papers. 2 jellyfish people died while having sex, and they washed up on shore. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I think it would be wonderful. You're just kind of staring at me like I'm strange. But wouldn't that be the perfect honeymoon? We don't have to spend our lives with each other. We can just have matching burial plots next to each other, and we can pretend that we're normal. Or not. Or you can just look at me like I'm some insane being that just landed from another planet. It's your decision, love, not mine to make, but here's my proposal to you. Do you take the jellyfish, or do you take the juicer and the cat and the blender and the birds and the bees and the cupcakes, or the white layer cake? Personally, I don't care. Just let me know which little pretend neat little life you want, and I will go along with whatever one you choose. As long as it's not the white layer wedding cake, or, keeping our spines intact and having a real honeymoon. That's my proposal. So in a way, it's really more what I want more than what you want, I suppose, in a weird, sick, twisted little way. Oh well. I love you, I suppose, in a weird, sick, twisted little way. That's the end.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the musical stylings of Mr. Matthew J. Downey.
Can I get the keyboard turned up a little bit? Because I didn't hear anything I played for the last 10 minutes. Or in the monitors or something, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's good. Okay. I have no idea what I just did. Didn't even know this thing could do that. I am going to sing a couple of parlor songs and a couple of songs that I've written myself. Parlor songs were essentially the pop songs of roughly 150 years ago to 100 years ago. They're the sort of things that, they published as sheet music and they'd be designed to be played at home. Amateur. But you get a lot of really interesting melodies, so I figure I will do a British variant and an American variant for you. I'll start with the British one. This is called You Sleep by Sir Arthur Sullivan, of Gilbert and Sullivan fame. So. The moon no longer rules on high, you sleep, and daybreak likes the summer sky, you sleep, the perfume breeze is blowing, the breeze is gaily blowing, my boat stands on the shore, beloved, sleep no more. Rise your bed down, forsake you sleep, on each other to wake you sleep, awake and I'll sing to you, love that shall ever be true, a boat will wander down the stream and you and I will dream, awake and I'll sing to you, love that shall ever be true, awake and I will sing to you, love that shall ever be true. And all night long I've wept and still you sleep, no rest for me while you have slept, you sleep, the night has left me sighing and hope is quickly dying, your lattice gives no sign, awake, O lady mine. Rise your bed down, forsake